A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hey, dear listener, we are back from break, or at least I'm back from break. But just a quick note from the editor of the show, I guess that's what I am. We had some technical difficulties when we recorded the session, so for the next couple episodes, it's going to be kind of weird sounding at times. I apologize, but I promise you won't regret listening to what the group has in store. So, with that said, let's leap right into the next session.
Okay. Energy.
Do you need to do your vocal warm-ups? Do you need to do that little
Yeah.
up and down stuff sometimes on
Diction
Dark
is
Side
done with the
Divas?
tip of the tongue and the teeth.
Oh, I don't do those.
Here, I got a really good tongue twister for y'all. Betty Butter bought some butter, but she said this butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter bitter. So she bought a bit of better butter, put it in her bitter batter, made her bitter batter better. So just better Betty Butter bought a bit of better butter.
Spit
great.
those lyrics. That's the best way
Never-
to open
Hell
the
yeah.
show.
Never say that to me again.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to For Light and Dice.
Welcome to another edition of For Light and Dice.
We're all about Colton's butter.
All right, that's the episode. It's over.
That's it. So that's the next installment of For Light
Thanks
and
for
Dice.
listening, everybody.
Yeah. This recording session is our chaotic. Chris was at Disneyland way too late and drank too much ale at Oga's aftermath of recording session. So I'm very excited to be here. Very excited to have the whole crew again here. Yes, we did not split the party between the last session and this session. So, and also we're past, I think, the midway point of season 2. So I'm very excited.
Woo!
To that end, let's do quick introductions. I am Chris. I am the head referee, especially for this session. My pronouns are he, him, and my character's pronouns are everybody else because I'm literally all the NPCs. So that's me, Colton.
Yeah, hi. I'm Colton. I'm playing Coriel. We're both, a bit frazzled after the events of last session, but it's fine.
Why?
We're good. It's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
It's been a day. So yeah.
All right.
I'm now down 2 ships.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. You're down 2 ships now. All right, Hope.
Hi, I'm Hope. My pronouns are she, her. I play Gaz, the mom friend who is mentally extra momming right now because one of her babies is missing and 2 of her babies are down, and her pronouns are she, her, and she's yeah.
Gaz will be mothering this episode, no doubt. Jess.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jess. My pronouns are they, them. I play Lysander, whose pronouns are he, him. He is currently on the floor.
Is his pronouns regular or extra crispy?
They're just regular. He's not extra crispy. Otherwise, I
sure
think
hope.
I sure hope not. Otherwise, I think he'd be dead.
Aw. All right, Robin.
Yeah, hi, my name is Robin. My pronouns are they, she, and I'm playing a prop. Zero is not functional. Super grateful for this opportunity to work with Neil Scanlon's creature department for the Zero puppet.
Aw.
But yeah, we'll just be hucking them around. We're doing great.
All right, and last but certainly not least, maybe Charles.
Hi, I'm Charles. My pronouns are he, him. I play Win, whose pronouns are he, they. They are the Duros pilot of the, I will point out, only ship that we have left after this season so far.
Aw.
That's so weird. I wonder how we lost all those ships.
Yeah, I wonder how we lost all those ships.
I wonder
Robin
how we
very
lost.
sadly-
We don't know. We
Robin
don't
very
know.
sadly pointed out in our private group chat that we can't call ourselves the crew of the Phantasmal Squonk anymore.
Nope.
Unless we renamed the 2000.
No.
And that's when one in space is us.
Colton has denied. Well, okay, so let's kick things off right where we started off, or we ended things last session. We are on what was the landing platform where the Squonk used to be. I believe Zero is still basically a pile of metal at the moment and wires. You all are mostly there, and Elazar Man and Avar Chris are all staring at you, and Hope has raised her hand.
Did the Jedi beat Gonk there, or do we still have the holocron on us? Who has the holocron? Because
who
Gonk was
doesn't?
on their way to take it.
You know what? I don't remember.
I think
It's-
the Jedi beat Gonk because
yeah.
Gau's turned thinking it was Gonk. So I think
Yes.
we still have the holocron.
We still have the holocron.
Okay.
The question is
Just-
who has it currently.
I think
We
it
do.
was.
Mostly I wasn't sure if we had
Coriel
given it to Gonk and Gonk had ran off with it. So it's still on us.
I think Coriel was sitting on the safe.
Like, yeah, I think it's in the safe. The Coriel is
Damn
The
safe.
holocron.
Yeah.
Ow. I'm not sure. it's
Yeah,
that
let's
thing.
just go with that. Let's just. I think that's it because Lysander handed it over finally,
Or
but
did we put it inside too?
No, that plane got
No.
nicked.
Oh, that plane got
Uh-uh.
next. Right,
No,
right, right,
not
yeah.
nicked.
Gonk shows
I
up
mean, if you
5
wanna
minutes
do that,
late
that'd
with
be
like
great.
pumpkin spice lattes.
So, okay. So, now we know where the holocron is. I'll double check that at the end of last session and make sure that we're being consistent. But we'll just say for right now that the
But Chris,
holocron
it's
is
Star
on you.
Wars. We want to be consistent between our different.
You know what?
properties.
My name's not George Lucas, so we're gonna try to be a little consistent on this here show.
You mean you're
Okay.
actually good at storytelling?
Oh damn.
Sorry.
Oh wow.
Mm,
Wait, this is not a George Lucas bashing.
No,
podcast.
we love you, George. Some most.
You and your neck pouch. Anyway,
we love
so
we love you mostly. We want to have some words about the Twi'leks, but
I have some I have some
I
questions.
have some questions. For
Why
you,
are they
George.
French? That's my first question.
Why? Well, the French have to be represented somehow, you know.
Well,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
Why are
Oh, no.
accents genetic?
Do
Why
they?
are accents attached to your biology?
So what are Elzar and Avar doing?
Right. Anyway, so yeah, so you're on the landing pad. So, and a quick reminder, there are fires, there's billowing smoke all over Jeddah City right now. There's resonance and evidence of some battles happening in the streets. You can still hear from time to time explosions and blaster fire and sounds of lightsabers clashing. We're still in the midst of a battle of sorts, though it's definitely far more calm, especially after the Squonk was taken. And so Avar is just quietly looking at you all. Now, despite the fact that she has announced herself as a Jedi Master and is supposedly a person of authority, there's a soft comfort and a wave of compassion just exudes from her. And there's something about her that puts you all just innately at ease. Elzar, on the other hand, is giving off a lot of anxiety and nervous energy as he's looking at her and looking at you all. Avar just calmly smiles and just says, you all will be under the protection of the Jedi Order.
Just help us. Help him, she says, looking down at Lysander. Please.
She immediately gestures, and other Republic guards come running out. They have several health kits on them. They kind of look at you guys as if they're asking for permission to check him out and work on him.
Yes.
And they go right to it. They take out small syringes, and they hook Lysander up to a bunch of scanners, and they start checking on him.
And Zero, she says, looking over at them. What about Zero?
Elzar, actually make an insight roll.
Oh, it helps if I have my sheet open. Where are you, Insight? Where is Insight? Oh, there you are.
Yep.
16?
You can tell whatever Elzar is about to say, he doesn't really want to say it. He feels bad for saying it. He says, "We'll take 0.
Take
Where?
0 where?
No.
We need to talk privately when things calm down."
She kind of looks over at Win and Coriel.
Can you do something
And can
for
we...
0? I mean, you're not going to get them up and running now, but you have repair shops on board all of those. Wind gestures broadly towards space with a hand. Better than we have. Surely there's something.
Actually, Coriel, can the cult of the Saitaic help?
Not a cult.
What is it?
The order. The order of the Site will take, yes. I do not believe they're in a position to help anyone at the moment, unfortunately.
Elzar says, "Guys, I promise you we'll take good care of him."
I haven't been the most trusting to Jedi lately.
Neither have I.
That looks like it had a much better effect on her, actually. Good job.
But I trust you, and I hope you trust me. Whose baby, by the way?
So, a refugee that we picked up, and they're safe now.
believe?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're great.
it's-
The parents are doing fine.
Great. Doing fantastic. Everything's...
So good.
Yep, great.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
about
think-
that surrendering, let's focus on that.
Lysander, you're healed for 5 more hit points. And so other people kind of surround Zero and very carefully make sure that they have all of his pieces together, and they take great care in picking him up. It takes several people to do this because he's so big and heavy.
Zero's they, them, I think.
Yeah, I was about to say, Chris, them.
Oh, them. Sorry, them. My apologies. And then when more people, Lysander, the people try to see if you can stand. And at this point, even though you're in a lot of pain, you probably could. And
Gaz is helping, kind of keeping Lysander steady.
I'm okay.
Okay, sweetie, I know you are. You keep thinking that.
you see Avar taking Elzar aside and telling him a few things, and she glances over at Lysander and Coriel a few times, and then she nods at Elzar, and he seems to nod in understanding, and she leaves. Elzar walks back to you all and just says, "We want you to come with us on our ship."
Where?
I mean, that is sort of how surrendering works, I think, unless the Republic has some other definition of it, of which I was not aware.
Well,
What kind of ship? Like, can we take our ship to your ship and dock at your ship, or do we? Are we?
you're welcome to dock your ship on the Anorexia.
Oh, you might need to see a medical person for that.
Coriel is just kind of like very like, let's not dock our.
I am going to be honest with you and say that there are many, both within the Order and within the Senate, that would have you arrested.
I'm aware.
Avar thinks a different pathway is required, though. She knows you two, and Elzar looks at Lysander and Coriel. She says that she knows your song, and that may not make any sense to somebody who doesn't know her, but she doesn't see the need to interrogate any of you anymore.
Coriel, I didn't know you could sing.
I didn't know either.
But she does think that you all need therapy.
Yes, we do, actually.
With what health insurance?
Right? I'm not even a member of the Republic. Actually,
Is
I'm
the
not a
Jedi
member
Council-
of the Republic. Do I have to listen to you?
Yes, we just surrendered.
But do I, though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a member of the Republic either.
Hey!
I think I am. I don't actually know.
Is Wynn the only one of us that actually pays taxes?
We're not gonna look too heavily into taxes I may or may not pay.
I guess lead the way, Elzar.
Let's go to your ship, and I can help with docking procedures.
She looks at Coriel. Do we have a choice of whether or not we should land on their ship, or is it kind of we have to now?
We are currently down 2 ships. We had 3, now I have 1.
That's true, and there's still fighting going on.
I do not want to wander onto. Wynn looks over at Elzar. What is an ataraxia?
It's a medical condition.
Anyway.
It's a battleship.
Okay.
Oh,
I would
why would you
rather
name
not
your
wander
battleship
on-
after a medical condition?
Presumably, the battleship is going to go somewhere else, and Gaz and I, and also Gonk, just traveled across literally half the galaxy already, and that took an absurd amount of time, frankly. Multiple game sessions and multiple months just to get back here. So, I personally would prefer at least access to one of our ships. And we only have 1 left.
And there's still fighting going on. She says, kind of looking off to the distance. We would hate for it to accidentally get blown up. I'm sorry, Coriel. We're taking our ship.
We are taking the ship with us.
Okay. I will. Yeah. Fine. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we'll
Colton
hopefully
literally
find
has
on the
their
way.
coffee mug. Sorry, Hope.
Oh, she just said, well, hopefully we'll find Gonk along the way.
Oh, I need to check in with the other members of this temple and make sure everyone's okay. I can meet you at the one inn.
We will definitely meet you there.
He nods.
Wynn gives a thumbs up.
The technicians haul Zero away, and Elzar nods at you all and just walks away too.
Coriel, throw that fucking safe off the side of the road.
No!
Throw it off the side of the road!
No! Not
It's gonna
only
get us in
is
trouble!
no. I am not getting rid of this safe. Do you know how expensive it was? Well,
Give
how
it a
expensive it
holocron.
would have been if I
No, the
had bought the
holocron,
materials
no,
to buy this.
no,
No, I am not
no,
just
just go
throwing
see
it.
the
No, 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 no,
pirates.
no.
Pirates here, see that?
You're all still there. Shut the hell up.
Hey, everybody, breathe. We've got like maybe 2 minutes. Coriel, we need to do something with that. We can
Yes.
take it with us. We can shove it in 2. We can throw it off the side. You need to make a decision right now about what to do with it.
While you're
We're
doing that,
taking it with us.
Lysander, how are you okay with walking? How are you feeling?
I'm
Are you-
fine. Lysander's like pushing Gauze away from him. Like,
Okay,
I don't
okay.
need you to help me up.
Okay. Also, really fast. Wynn and I found out we're being framed for the hyperspace disaster, and they're probably going to question us about that.
What the criff?
So, I kind of have been thinking of a lie of how to get out of that.
Well,
I have an
I
idea.
would like it known now that I am not part of the Phantasmal Squonk Crew. I was merely traveling with them for the last 2 weeks.
We made a legal document. Your name is on the tour chart. You're part of our crew.
What's your chart?
To be fair to Coriel, they only joined after around the point that the hyperspace disaster happened, so they're good. Zero is currently being attended to by repair techs. One in is in the one in. So the only people that really have to worry about any of the stuff that happened prior to Naboo are Gauze, myself, and Lysander. So
I'm actually almost sure I know what happened, which is why I think I have a plan to tell a single lie and to wrap it up in a big pretty package of truth and blame the whole thing on somebody, and I know exactly who I'm going to do.
Who are we blaming it on?
Yeah.
Orcus.
Uh,
Because we can corroborate the story with Oscar.
But didn't we meet Arcus after the hyperspace disaster?
No, Orcus mentioned that he was telling us on Naboo, which was the last place we saw the Legacy run.
Yes.
sure.
We say Orcus was the one who got the information from stole the information from us and passed it to the Nile. Yes, that is a good plan.
Snuck onto our ship and sent it to them. Because didn't Taylor say those transmission logs were our ship?
They're from our ship. And there was points where we weren't on the ship.
Exactly.
Yes, after the battle. Yes.
Yes, and Orcus then followed us to Lysatro, a story that we can corroborate with Oscar, because Oscar saw Orcus. We blame him on Orcus.
Sure. Yeah.
That works.
While this conversation. Oh, yeah.
Where is Orcus?
That bitch is dead.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that makes it even more convenient.
Well, no, we lost him.
Yeah, okay.
And then they can spend all their happy time trying to find him because we lost him.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're gonna go with that. Coriel,
Cool.
Yes.
I'm putting it on you to decide what to do with what's in the safe so the Jedi don't find it. I would not recommend putting it in the same hidden cargo compartments that we currently have a bunch of drugs on the one end.
What?
Though in our defense, we also have 40,000 credits with it, which is great because everybody's
They're not
just
our
do
drugs.
while you were gone.
They're not.
I didn't do a rock.
Then definitely
You
why
did
are
it,
we
that's
docking with the Jedi battles? You people are insane. And then I'm going to hand Lysander the Kyber crystal, and then grab the safe and walk to the temple's vault to put it in.
Where's 2? Just FYI, just so we know. Is he just still floating around?
Yeah. When you look around for 2, you
This is-
two actually hovers up to you all, and he's floating upside down, and he says, "Wow, this whole world looks so different now."
You're upside down.
Missed you. She
Oh.
looks too.
Wait.
Maybe
Where's your
clarifying
brother?
question. Hold on, clarifying question real quick. Which Kyber crystal did Coriel hand Lysander? Was it his
one-
Kyber crystal?
Yeah,
one in the
We only
lightsaber?
have the one Kyber
Okay.
crystal.
yeah,
yeah.
All right, I thought we had a second one for some reason. Okay, so
No, I'm
Lysander
just-
has his Kyber crystal back
yeah.
Mhm.
I've just occasionally used it, if so.
to do lies and trickery.
And murder some people. Excuse you.
They were Nihil. That doesn't count.
Fair enough.
They're not people. So Coriel, you're gonna put your safe into the temple vault.
Yes.
You have no problem doing that. There's so much commotion inside of the temple, hardly anybody stops you from doing that.
All right, and then I'll head to the one end and wait for everyone there.
Okay, and you do find Gonk is walking back also, so you all run into Gonk.
Gonk!
Gonk.
Lysander hugs Gonk.
Change of plans. Back to the ship, and do not mention any trade goods that we might currently have hidden on board.
Gonk realizing that now he has to turn around and walk all the way back to the one end, just kind of slouches a little bit and turns around and starts walking.
Me when my lightning lane at Disney opens on the other side of the park.
Right. Yeah, so when you all, by the time you all get back to the one end, Elzar is already there waiting. He seems to be just looking around and carefully, taking a good look at the one end as well. And he just sees you all and says, "Well, you ready?"
Yeah, sorry about the delay. Gonk droid's very slow. Also, injured person. So, this is our new ship. I don't know if you've seen this one. You've seen this one.
How can I forget anything with you all?
That's a good point.
Since we're alone, I want to tell you that you seem to have very important friends in some high places in the Senate.
Who
Is that
leaked?
so?
Who leaked the information, Elzar?
A senator named Senator Staros.
Gira.
Yeah,
Gira?
yeah.
Gira Staros? That her?
Chris, question for you.
Yeah.
While Gauze is laughing maniacally, was Coruscant less than a month ago?
No.
don't
It
think
was
so.
it was much longer.
It hasn't even been a month since us losing one in.
Yeah, but you haven't been back to Coruscant
Yeah,
in a bit.
it was way
Yeah.
before that.
So during the pilot episode of this show, Gira Staros was mentioned on NPR.
Correct.
Space NPR.
Correct.
Can Win roll to try to remember
Yeah. Make a lore
the
roll.
existence of Gira Staros? That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, there was controversy that she was having inappropriate relationships and using her power for personal benefit, and she has sworn to. She's said that those accusations are horrendous and false, and she will fight them.
Wait, the senator who had an inquest into her a couple of months ago?
Well,
Bosnian Prime Gira Staros?
to be fair, I don't know too many politicians that haven't had some kind of inquest against them.
That's true. Can't
Oh.
blame. Okay.
Guys are just smiling, just so
I-
just very knowingly.
Don't like how much my friend here is grinning about this.
She was one of my
So-
clients.
Oh boy.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
She was one of my clients. I used to work with her. She's so yeah. It's fine.
Well, standard operating procedure is we arrest you and put you somewhere and interrogate you, but it would seem that Avar is convinced this isn't the right thing to do, and also the Queen of Naboo has twisted some arms, so to speak, to make sure that you get top treatment. So we're going to take you somewhere to get therapy.
What?
What?
I will be happy to make a confession of Elzar, and can we be on our way?
Can I talk to my lawyer? I don't have a lawyer, but
You don't have a lawyer.
I'm kind of
Mr.
I do. But
they have money. Can we talk to their lawyer?
well, I don't really have money.
Look, I sense it too. I can sense that you have gone through a lot in a very short amount of time. And regardless of what people think or say or have said, you are responsible for saving a lot of people multiple times. Avar knows this. I don't know how, but she does.
Can we make a request to also try and, for those of us who haven't been able to contact our family, have a chance to try and contact them?
You can do whatever you like when you're on the ship.
Understanding, of course, that, within reason, we're
Yeah.
definitely going to be watched. So, if any of us are secretly running large criminal organizations, perhaps we should not be dealing with. That was a joke. I recognize I need to
Slowly
clarify
looking at
that is a
Wayne.
joke. As far as I know, that is a joke.
Keep workshopping it, hun.
Okay,
Yeah, you're doing
I will
good.
keep practicing it in the mirror.
You're doing good. All right, well, we shall let our pilot lead the way with the Jedi, and I'll start making a list of all the stuff we lost on the Squonk that we now have to buy again.
Well,
We could find the Squonk, but that's a later problem. They say, looking over at Elzar.
At least this, yes.
that's something I would like to know about, if you don't mind.
Certainly happy.
Why was your ship taken in the first place?
I would also like to know that information.
We'd all like to know that.
Yeah.
All right, so you don't know why. Do you know who took it?
given that the symbol on the ship was the Nihil symbol.
Marauders.
The Nihil?
Maybe
Yeah.
just stealing abandoned ships to try and make more of their little monster ships.
Generally, when they take ships, they take it in pieces.
Sure.
Did the Squonk leave whole from our
Yes.
landing pad?
Lysander's like, just decided to lie down on the floor again. And was just like, yes, it got taken whole.
Okay, so clearly they want the ship for something.
Gaz gets a little couch pillow and brings it over to Lysander for his head.
Hold on, are we on the ship or are we?
Yeah, I would say we can walk on the ship. Yeah.
I was gonna say, okay, so we're in the main room of the
Yeah, I
ship.
assume that they were just talking and walking. Unless you
Okay.
all just want to
We're-
stand outside
we're-
the fucking ship for 15.
We're west waiting. Yeah.
Okay, that makes Lysander just lying down on the floor make much more sense.
Yeah, so when you all get on the ship and when you're getting the ship ready to take off, Elzar tries to catch your gaze, Gaz, and kind of gestures you to speak with him directly.
Would you like a drink in the Elzar? You've had a long day.
Yeah.
All right. Just leading him into the kitchen.
Gaz, I need to tell you something.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. Lysander is, let's just say his energy is a bit off,
Yes.
but I have something important to tell him, but I'm not sure if I should tell him, so I'm going to tell you.
Okay. Is everything all right?
No. His planet was attacked. His family's been taken.
We saw the end of the attack, but I didn't know about that. How I was actually going to tell you to go check out Lysatra because there was a weird battle over it. There was a ship there that kind of looked like a Purgo. That's all I really know. His family was taken?
Yeah.
His parents and his little brother, all three of them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell him.
He nods solemnly. I'm sorry, they called for help, and it was difficult for anyone from the public to get there, and we were too late.
Is Oscar still there, the ranger?
There was nothing left of the Rangers by the time we got there.
Oh, that just made it harder for us. Elzar, I was going to give you a full confession of what we think happened with the hyperspace disaster, and Oscar was part of that.
How?
We think that we were set up. When we were on Naboo, we found out there was a Nihil named Orcus. And he snuck into our ship and got the coordinates for the Legacy Run and sent it from our ship. We know this because he told us. He tailed us to Lysatra, and he was there with the Hutts, something that Oscar and his rangers saw, so it might still be on any camera footage there. So we captured him, and we were bringing him here to turn into all of you. But he got lost in the fight. That's what I think happened. Our ship did send those coordinates, but it wasn't us doing it.
We're coming up with a way right now to predict where other emergencies are going to show up.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're also hoping that we can find the flight recorder of the Legacy Run. We were on our way to do that before we got alerts from Jedha.
Do you happen to know if Dragor is still there?
Dragor's fine.
Thank you.
We're gonna it's not necessarily a Republic system, but it is a system that's been assisting with the refugee efforts. And there's a Jedi temple there that's focus is on therapy and mental health.
On Dragor?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say we didn't have any Jedi last time I was there.
No, we've set up a temporary place in a system called Namos.
Yamos. Where the beach is?
Actually, there are beaches there.
She just shoves by Elzar and just yells, "We're going to a beach!"
Hopefully the system is remote enough that you won't be bothered by anyone. Huts or Nihil.
We will hopefully be and see Snoogie.
Don't ask. Don't ask.
Yeah, okay, I retract the question.
No, Elsa, you don't understand. That's where they filmed Niyama Shore, and that's where Snoogie is. Snoogie is Beach Queen, but she was dating Dylan, but Dylan was cheating on her with both William and Joanne because he was wanting to build a polycule power to challenge her for Beach Queen status.
Elzar frowns and says, "You know, I was only on season 1, and you just spoiled all of that for me."
You watch Niyama Shore?
Well, you got to pass the time somehow.
Oh.
I'm going to take the ship off now.
Can you make a pilot roll, Win?
I absolutely can make a pilot.
Well,
14.
All right. The ship does lift off, and you quickly go into orbit, where there are, unfortunately, is now a graveyard of shrapnel surrounding the planet of Jedha. But there are no more battles, and Republic ships are the only ones left, in addition to all of the other refugee ships that have been protected successfully.
I really wish, when remarks to themselves as they fly up, I really wish that I could stop seeing the sight of ship graveyards after battles. I feel like I've seen way too many of those for my pay grade.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, this is not quite where I expected this was going to go.
The ship docks with one of the larger Republic ships, and several droids are there waiting to greet you, and Elzar says, "We prepared some quarters for you all to share. I'm sorry, we don't have very much space on here right now. There's a lot of people on the ship."
I mean, I am fine staying on this ship while it's being, if that would assist in keeping
as you wish.
Space available.
If we can stay on this ship, that space really should be for refugees or Republic personnel to help. We've got quarters on here.
And
we're not going anywhere.
And we need to really take stock of. We lost so much. I mean, when Lysander and Coriel lost all their clothes, books, the books you got from one end, the books Lysander's got from Orla. We lost our droid charging stations. We lost food, furniture. We need to kind of. She looks very serious.
We lost my lava lamp.
I was about to say, I just realized the lava lamp.
My lamp is gone. Wynn looks directly at Elzar. Do you understand what a tragedy this is, Jedi Elzar man? That my lava lamp, the one Sarlacc-y thing that was keeping me together in this hellscape of a galaxy falling apart around us, the one central light in my life around which everything good revolves, is now taken away from me.
Gaz puts her hand on one shoulder for support.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
This is a very emotional time for me.
Well, I'm sure you could buy another one. Being upset about not having
How dare you, Elzar? You don't just buy a lava lamp.
Look, we don't do the whole possession thing, so I don't personally understand it.
You don't just buy it. You go on a pilgrimage, and it calls to you.
A pilgrimage for a lava lamp?
It's like losing a lightsaber, Jedi man.
It is a sacred bond.
And I do sort of gesture to the lightsaber that was his originally, on my belt.
Hold on. He looks at it and looks up at you, and he makes a little face, and then you can tell that on his face he's trying to count down to 10. And then he just says, "Well, I have to go."
Thank you for everything, Jedi Man. And we will stay right here and await whatever the next thing the Republic, for whom we have surrendered to and are going to do what they say while we're on board the ship, tell us to do. Isn't that right, everyone else who understands the situation?
2 says, "Are there shiny things aboard the ship?"
No, not even a little bit.
No,
Nope.
not no.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, Eldar just shrugs and says, "May the Force be with you all. Thank you for being so cooperative. We'll be at our destination in a few cycles."
Oh, wait, we're leaving? Was not aware we are leaving at,
Why did you think I wanted to bring the ship with us?
Well, I just thought we were, I didn't know we were going, I didn't know we were going to a secondary location.
We're going to the beach.
Well, can we get, like, a day? There's still things I might need to do on Jedha.
I think
We've
you
already
can come
left-
back to Jeddah later.
Okay.
We've already left the planet.
We can go through the loading screen again of just, it's going down to the,
I imagine Chris is a better game designer than that, and the loading screen is actually hidden by the ship descending to the planet.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
So
all
it's
Outlaw style.
seamless.
Yeah.
I like the like that sound is just burned into my brain.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
So Elzar Man leaves you all to yourselves to the ship.
Well, everyone, that is the episode for this week. We're going to have many more episodes with the whole group, with some surprises sprinkled in here and there. But also, we're recording more sessions for this year, so I'm very excited for y'all to hear what happens next. As I mentioned earlier, we're just past the middle point of Season 2. So while we're going to have a kind of a short recovery period for the group, things are going to escalate very quickly. You'll have to hear what happens next, and that is all going to come out next week, hopefully. Once again, thank y'all so much for listening to our podcast. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. Please leave a review. Please tell your friends about us. And a quick reminder, most of the music that we use in this show is composed by Grushkov. They have composed a lot of amazing music based on the High Republic, as well as some other things. So definitely check them out. You can find their music anywhere you can basically stream or buy music. And also, we do have a Blue Sky social media account. So if you do a search for Light and Dice on Blue Sky, you can find us there. On that profile, there's a link to where you can find a YouTube channel, also our Discord, which is free for anybody to access. If you want to hang out with some of our coolest listeners, as well as the entire cast, you can go to that Discord. It is a safe space for anybody who just wants to nerd out over the show, talk about Star Wars, and basically any nerdy stuff. So please come join us. Anyway, y'all, thank you once again for listening. And as always, may the Force be with you.